And we are recording. All right. Hello, everybody. I apologize for the craziness for a minute there. Welcome, everybody, to our second official stream. We are going to wait just a minute or two for some people's to probably start flowing in from notifications and things along those lines.
Hey, Dark, while we're waiting for that, I cannot take a character.
Hold on. Let me make sure.
Namely, my character.
I think it is because
Yeah, Dark, I don't have one either.
Hold on. Okay. Michu should be good.
Yay.
Move my drinks over to the other side.
Dawson, you good.
So we're just missing Ginger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, it's a wild druid.
I is here.
Oh my god. My controller almost fell.
How many people we got in here so far? Just 4.
I'm
Hello,
seeing
everybody.
5.
You're seeing 5.
One of them is probably me. I'm just not signed into my Twitch account because I forgot the password and which email it's under. So
Valid.
One is for sure me. I've got it going on my phone.
One is me.
and one's
And one
my
of them.
friend Lunar.
Hi. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, hi, I remember.
Dang, I guess I can't watch. Okay, so a little bit of a intro bit for my campaign for the viewers who are not the people who are actively playing. Maronin is a world that I created years ago and have had 2 campaigns running in. One was an in-person campaign that I had happen a while back, and then the other was a campaign, or is the campaign that you are currently seeing. Granted, there have been some changes to it from the original group that we started over a year and a half ago. The world of Maronin is ever changing. It is a place that I will continue to update as we continue to adventure and change the world as the players and characters know it. I will allow you guys to see the things on. Okay. You guys see that? Yeah. Okay, so this is the world of Maronin. There are multiple different countries, and a few of our adventures have happened in a few of those countries already, and there will be more and more adventure had, and as those adventures continue, there will be more added to this map. This will probably be our main place of returning whenever there's not a specific map necessary for like RPs and things like that. Sometimes there will be, but not all of the time. And then this will also be our probably starting place, unless we're like mid-battle right off the bat. If any of our people in chat happen to see any places that they have questions about, feel free to ask those and we will answer them when we get a chance to. But hold on just a second.
While he's gone, I'll give our viewers a little tour. So if you see that big giant mountain in Krat, that is where an old PC named Gwen, and another old PC named Keldrar, who you might meet along the way, went on a little gardening trip that went totally wrong, and they accidentally started the apocalypse. That storyline has ended, but you're definitely going to hear more about it. If you look in Thawne, you will see Kolth and Canton. Canton, I think, is where we start, where I started this campaign. One of my old PCs crossed a river over there and broke her foot and met the party members, and that's how I got involved in all this. Elves suck in this world. And those are my main notes. Those are my main notes. Elves are racist. Against Warforged. Against everyone. They're just not cool, bruh. It was a great speech, wasn't it, Shoddy?
Really wonderful.
Summary. I think it got the important bits.
Yeah. Fuck those pointy-eared bastards.
Yeah, fuck those pointy-eared bastards.
We are also pointy-eared bastards.
Yeah, but that's because we're Fey type, not Dick type.
When you pointed out that map, I realized that mountain shouldn't have existed anymore.
Because we solved the apocalypse.
As you guys can see, it no longer exists on that map.
The mountain went back to the Netherworlds.
We did it, yeah. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Did you like my summary? Were you able to hear my summary?
I was able to hear your summary.
Approved?
It is DM approved. Hold on just a second. I'm grabbing a drink of water. Oh fuck, that's cold.
What in the world? Sorry.
I just finished that cough drop and didn't even think about. Oh god. Ice cold water.
That has happened to me before. It sucks.
Ice cold. That hurt my soul. I took like
How much psychic damage? How much cold
so
damage?
much psychic damage. Hold on.
Oh, more bullshitting from Druid. Did you know that void monsters can self-replicate or self, what's it called? When you have a baby with yourself. What's a scientific word? Someone help me out here.
Asexual reproduction?
Yeah. Void monsters have asexual reproduction. That is also a fact about this world.
Mitosis.
That is wrong, but thank you. Right?
In case you all want to know, I just went to the
my
kitchen
cousin
and I
said
just burnt myself in the oven.
No, that is how cells replicate. That is how cells replicate. You might actually be onto something.
I don't know if it's completely asexual.
Excuse me?
It's a little horny, huh?
Were you saying there was
It took
Listen.
2 of them to make 3.
Ray has been everywhere, okay?
God.
He's been everywhere.
You're right. There was 2 of them that made 3.
One jumped through the other, and it made 2.
And that's the birds and the bees.
So you just had void monsters get freaky on the battlefield one day?
Ray's calling HR.
I think I'm calling HR.
Ray's the
I'll-
last person who would be calling HR.
Yeah, of all the people.
We're so lucky Powder was not there for that battle.
Okay.
I'm just glad Powder wasn't there for that. Ray would
You're
have
there
so
for
much explaining to do.
Okay. We are
We
actually starting now.
Okay.
Last we left off, our characters. We did a little bit of a flashback thing to bring one of our characters in. I will have all of the characters introduce themselves. Actually, I'll probably just go ahead and do that as we start. Let me do this. We're gonna activate this one again, and right here, and we'll zoom
We should
in.
also have players introduce their name and then which character we're playing.
That is fair.
So,
Yeah, I did notice on last week's stream that there's quite a few parts where even I have a hard time telling if it's me or Ginger.
While you're listening to it?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
Oh
listen to it yet.
no.
That's wild. I did not notice it.
Yeah. I'm like, I was tripping at one point. I'm like, whoa, I totally thought that was Ginger, but that was me, wasn't it? And Meech was like, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go through all of our player lineup real quick. When I call your player name, introduce yourself, and then I will zoom in on your character, and you can introduce your character as well. We will start in the hot seat with Druid.
Oh shit. Hi, I'm Druid. I do want to say that is my. Nope, I was gonna say something bitchy, but then I realized I was wrong, so I'm not gonna say something bitchy. My character's name is Powder. She is a newly awakened familiar. She is an owlin race, but she used to be just an owl familiar of Ray's before experimentation with chaos fruit brought her to life. She is a small creature. She's, I believe, only 3'1". She can also shapeshift between like more bird-like features and more human features. But when she's got her more human features, she's got pale blue eyes and white hair. She dresses in kind of like a punk rock style. And she is a bard warlock multi-class.
All right, thank you very much for that. Hold on, just fucking with shit again. Because I can't ever not fuck with shit because I'm a perfectionist and I'm doomed to never feel comfortable in my own brain. Okay, moving on. We're going to move to Shoddy next with your character.
I was muted. That's lovely.
You were.
I am. I am playing Crazy Man. Call him Ray. He's a satyr. He is also a bard. He has a homebrew subclass, College of Threading. He has like this blonde mohawk and huge horns. Obviously, goat feet. He's covered in tattoos. Has this like spiked leather vest on, and a kilt, and this giant guitar that is also an axe that he carries everywhere. Also, Powder's father. Thank you very much.
All right. Let's see. We will move on to I guess technically anybody else can go now because I was gonna say Keljar, but Keljar is an NPC now. But we can move over to Dawson. Dawson, if you would like to introduce your character.
Sure. So we got Jack. He wants to be the best. He wants to learn everything, but he, can't perfect it. So he tries his hardest. So he's trying to learn everything that he can learn.
Gotcha. Are you gonna give the last name right now, or are you keeping that quiet for right now?
Oh, sure. We can we'll keep it quiet. Well,
Gotcha.
it's already known in the game. So Jack Olive Trade.
I really like your last name for that character. It went over my head the first time I saw it, so it was pretty good. All right. We will go to Tucci next.
I'm sorry, technical difficulties.
All good.
So, hi, I'm Tucci. I am playing Demetrios Blaine. He is a quiet and reserved young man, tall, 6'6". with long white hair and golden eyes. You will rarely see his face because he's wearing a black mask. And he's going to try and not go crazy among these people. He's a fighter. He fights monsters.
I'll tell you right now, he's gonna fail. He's gonna fail at going crazy among these people.
Yeah.
All right. So let's we'll move over to Mavi.
I'm Candy. I play as Mavi. Mavi is a purple skin, purple haired tiefling. They are a bard barbarian. So many bards, wow. They are a little naive, a little ditzy with the world. They're trying to like find their sister, and they hired Demetrius to come along with, and now they're here.
Sweet. Thank you very much for that. And then we'll move over to Meech's character.
I am Meech, and I am playing Incus. Lorette. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Larithus. Incus Larithus. And he is a Dragonborn, artificer class. He believes that his work is the best work there is, and he's kind of rude in general. And he wants nothing more than to have his own set of wings. That is his whole goal in life. He'll do anything for it. And he has red scales, gold eyes, red and gold scales, gold eyes, and he has like kind of like yellowish gold horns.
Sweet. Thank you very much. And last but not least, Ginger, if you would like to introduce yourself and your character.
Can we do that when he gets out of raccoon form? Because I don't think anyone here has even heard a description of my character just yet, besides like talking outside of campaign. Am I wrong?
I only saw raccoon.
So, I know that people have. I know for a fact because I remember when you were introduced, Demetrius, Mavi, and Jack all saw you in human form briefly, due to the fact that Jack threw a fireball at you.
Yes, but it was very sudden, and Mavi put on dark mode very, very quickly.
So
I did do
we're technically
love
not
this
starting.
space.
We're technically not starting right where we left off. I was gonna skip
Oh.
ahead a few days, and
Oh. Then that's fair. Okay, I'll introduce.
gotcha.
All right. So Fullen, you guys would all know him by now. He is a early 20s young man that since he met you guys was isolated and alone and just got through life by scheming other travelers. He is a druid rogue, and he likes being in a raccoon. He's like the sensitive, brooding teen boy, but in his early 20s because he didn't get to have his teens.
Everyone alive, or are we having technical difficulties?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We were having a lot of technical difficulties.
Can we hear Dark?
I have been talking for a hot minute, and I was
Oh,
muted.
I didn't hear a dang thing.
Big
No,
dumb on my
nothing.
end. I was muted.
Nothing.
Okay, so after Folan was introduced, I had asked so if it was nighttime at the keep, I know that it's currently being outfitted to be changed into a church, and things will be added and things like that. But that'll be further in the future. For right now, there's still like barracks and things like that for people to sleep in, and I know that not everybody will take those accommodations. But if it was nighttime, where would everybody in this group right now be sleeping?
Will, I want to know about it. Can we do the same thing? Is it weird? I don't
Shuddy. Shuddy, we can hear the TV in the
Wherever.
background.
I mean, if there's rooms and stuff, and Jack gets a room, wherever the rooms are.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Incus would pick a room if there's.
He definitely wants, a proper room. Jack is.
I mean, is there rooms or is there barracks?
It's they're technically barracks, but it's like 3 to 4 beds in a room, and there's like 3 rooms.
Can Fulham have a bed outside underneath some sort of canopy?
There are technically canopies around that if you like wanted to do like a little makeshift hammock or bed-like thing, you could do that for sure. You can say you're under this one, because this is not a door frame. The door is here, so you could be sleeping under that one for now. If Jack is here, Incus will say is in probably the same barracks room. Ray, where do you think you would be?
I mean, honestly, probably sleeping.
Yes.
What time of day?
If it's night, where would you be sleeping though? Like, or would you like?
Oh, okay.
I only ask because like, for a minor context, in my old campaign, one of the players like only slept in trees.
Oh, I see.
So like, I just wanted to make sure that everyone was like aware that that is an option.
No, he's just gonna be like sleeping like in bed where.
Gotcha. Honestly, I would say you could probably find a bed in this top area.
Yeah. He likes the view. I used to throw stuff out of tall places.
Demetrius, where would you be? Or any of the 3 that I haven't placed yet. Demetrius,
Okay.
Mavi, and Powder.
So Demetrius and Mavi have a room rented in the town nearby.
Oh, you're right. Okay. I forgot about that.
We take the horses that Jack bought us, and we will probably return there.
Gotcha. In that case, I will just move these characters to the side for right now, just because technically it's not necessary for the map to be open, but I like it for right now. And last but not least, Powder.
Powder, I like to think that Powder sleeps in her like fully owl form, like true owl, and she is probably sleeping with Ray, but not in like a cute, like all cuddly way, like in that annoying toddler way where they're like stretching their legs out across your face and like pushing you off the bed.
It's like you're standing straight up, just nuzzling him, like smothering his face.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Got you.
Every once in a while, he gets a talon in the mouth from like my claws.
Just the occasional like wing flap to like stretch your arms out. Just bat bat bat.
Bat 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 bat.
All right. All right. Let's see. Who wants to go first?
I'm nervous it's happening while we're sleeping.
I'll go first.
I think I was about to choose you anyways.
Ooh, that sounds ominous.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so Ray, If Ray was having a dream, what would Ray's dream be about?
Great question. I'm gonna say he is on like a big stage with like fireworks spinning everywhere, performing for a crowd.
Okay.
With a giant frog in the background, for sure.
Okay, so you are rocking out with this crowd, and they are vibing with it. They're going crazy for you. You are Crazy Man Ray. You are the guy. You're the shit. You're out here.
Correct.
You finish your song. You are kind of talking to the crowd. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You're looking at a crowd of people, and they're all pretty excited.
I got an 11.
Okay. You notice a shadowed figure. You can't make out many details, but you notice a dark hooded figure move very quickly from one side of the crowd to the other. And then it looks like he's moved up a couple of rows in people when he moved, when he darted across the group. And then he does it again, and he darts back to the other direction. He's a little closer. And you can't make out any, features, but you see this hooded figure. And it's staring at you as you're conversating with people a little bit. And then you start to play music again. But before you can start playing, the hooded figure points at you. And you feel it almost pull you forward. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. I am not kidding that 20.
Okay.
I am not kidding.
You feel it pull towards you, and it's almost like it's trying to pull your abilities away from you. What is the full number that you got after adding?
21. 21 total.
Okay. So you feel like it's trying to pull your abilities away from you. You continue to play, and the crowd is still cheering, and they're still vibing with music. And as it failed to pull that out of you, it slinks back into the crowd and disappears. When you wake up, you will have 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, snap.
Let's see. We will just move down the line. Powder, if you were dreaming, what would your dream be at?
Imagine that Powder has reoccurring nightmares of this demon who's chasing her, and she doesn't know why.
You're right. She does.
She does for sure.
Okay, so you're being chased by this very generic looking demon.
Generic.
Because
Gotcha.
well, I say generic because you don't know what this thing looks like in real life.
Okay.
So you're kind of
We've got great value demon lord chasing me.
pretty
Got
much.
it.
The only demon lord that you've seen before is Orcus.
Okay.
but you know he's dead. So like he might have some Orcus-like features, but he is
Okay.
ultimately like he's very great value Orcus. Trying to like
great value Orcus.
chase you around and do in dream harm to you. And as you're being chased by this demon figure, it stops in its tracks, and you watch this hooded figure like slink up behind it and put its hand into this demon's chest and suck the life out of it. And it drops to the ground. And it's not chasing you anymore because this great value demon is dead.
He got the juice sucked out of him like a Capri Sun.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. How's a dirty 20?
Dirty 20 won't cut it.
What?
Um,
Excuse me. What?
So, what is your current level?
Level 11. I've got 5 Bard, 6 Warlock.
What was your most recent level added
Warlock.
to?
All my most recent levels were Warlock. I was a Bard first.
Gotcha. Go ahead and remove one of those levels.
What?
What? What?
What?
Yeah, go ahead and remove one of those levels. So you're now a level 10 character.
Okay.
As this figure reaches a hand out to you, as you're still trying to like run away, having seen it suck the life out of this demon, it pulls at you from a distance, and it feels like a part of your life force is sucked out of you. When you wake up, you will have a scar on your right arm, just a single dash line. But you will not have a point of exhaustion.
Oh, just
Just a scar.
maimed and debuffed.
Just a level.
Just maimed and debuffed. Got it.
Yeah. You'll be alright. Moving down the line. We're gonna zoom a bit. Incus, if you were having a dream, what would Incus's dreams be of?
We can't hear you, Meech.
Now we're gonna have to edit that out.
Get doxed.
Apologies. I'm so sorry.
And the social security number is.
Yeah. Just remember what you said, okay? And how you don't want people to know.
Hey, look.
All right.
I promise. I'm gonna tell you now. I said your name last session. In the edited version, I never said your name. I went back and got it fixed. It can be fixed. I promise.
Okay.
Give me shit. Don't give me shit. Dad did it too.
I'm gonna give you. Anyways, so he is going to be dreaming about flying, about all the possibilities of being able to fly. All he wants in life is to be able to fly and have his own wings. So he's just imagining like, what he would do when he was flying.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so you are flying through. We'll say a mountain range. You're watching the ground below you just fly past. Just you're zooming down the side of this mountain at insane speeds. And go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh boy. There you go.
All right. So you are um you are flying along, and you have your wings tucked in for a minute while you're like diving down the side of this mountain pretty fast. And when you pull your wings open and like catch this big gust of air, it like pushes you up into the sky. And then all of a sudden you feel something hit you in the back. And next thing you know, you are being grabbed onto by your wings by this hooded, shadowed figure. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. And does that come with the proficiency bonus or no?
You add your whatever your Constitution saving bonus
Modifier
thing
is?
is, but I think that's it. Unless you're proficient in that,
I am proficient.
then yes, you would add that as well.
It's not good.
Okay. So, as it grabs onto your wings, as it's like crouched down, it like plants its feet in your back and rips these wings off of you, causing you to feel like you're plummeting to your death. When you go ahead and are you just an artificer?
Yes.
Go ahead and take a level off of your artificer levels.
Okay.
Now, when you wake up, you will have a scar, or a cut, not a scar, it's a cut, across your right arm. It's just a single line. You will wake up from your dream turned nightmare in a screaming fit due to the fact that you're falling several hundred feet in your dream, but that will be resolved momentarily.
Why? Because I woke up?
I mean, unless you don't think falling in your dream would cause you to wake up. But I know that, like, for most people, it does. It's like that, I don't remember what it's called. There's some kind of, like, inherent reaction.
Roll out of my bed instead.
I'll allow it. Yeah, that's fine. You will wake up on the floor. Okay, so, Jack, we will move on to you.
Okay.
If Jack was dreaming, what would his dream be of?
Probably just in a library reading books. Just enjoying life. likes to read.
Okay.
Bird.
Could you give me an insight to one of Jack's fears?
I would say a fear would be. Ooh, I mean, his goal is to learn everything. So maybe a fear is not having non knowledgeable, like he just not being smart enough. At the end of the day, kind of like when you're in like school and you aren't ready for the test or aren't ready for the exam.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you are sitting in this library reading your books, and it seems like it's a pretty average day at this library. There's people kind of coming in and out, but it's fairly quiet. And you're sitting there reading this book. Make a perception check for me.
Let's see. What's his perception? 3. Okay. Let's see here. Just 3.
Okay.
6.
So,
terrible.
As you're reading this book, it almost looks like the words are like blurring in front of you. And they're like, it's almost like it's just far enough away where you can't read it. But you may have been reading this book for a while, so you close it and you move over to another book. And you open another book and you start to read a sentence, and it does the same thing where it's like fading away in front of you, and it starts to like infuriate you, and you're looking through all these books and get up from your chair and you're moving to a new section of the library. And you start to hear like whispers from kind of everywhere. And it's saying, "You'll never be good enough. You won't know it. You can't figure it out." Those kind of things. Were you able to hear that okay? I did whisper it, but I didn't think about the fact that it may not be able to be picked up on my mic.
I heard it.
Okay.
Really good.
But you're hearing all these whispers, and they kind of start to feel like they're coming from all around you, and you're moving from one section to the next, checking these books, and all of a sudden you turn a corner to your last ditch effort is to find like the fiction section of this library where people are writing like false stories, and you don't feel like you can learn much from those places, but you're like, if I can read anything right now, and you come face to face. I wouldn't say face to face. Hood shadow figure to face. With this hooded shadow figure. As it.
Break.
Do it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was a command to my dog.
Oh no, you're good. I thought you. It sounded like you had a question at first. But you're good. You are face to face with this figure as it reaches out and grabs the book in your hand, and it like runs its hand over it, and it changes to your name. And then it rips the book from your hand. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Let's see what we got. Come on, good roll. Fuck you.
So it rips this book out of your hand, and as it does, you feel a part of your essence go with it. I need you to remove 1 level off your character sheet. I know that your character is newer and you kind of chose a bunch of things. It doesn't matter where your level comes from for your character, just pick 1 and remove it. Or I guess whichever one you learned last in your backstory.
Yeah. So that would be this one.
And
Make sure you want to
also,
level down.
you will wake up with a scar on your right arm, and you will also have been pulled out of your bed. You are laying in the floor, not on top of Incus, but like across the room. All right. Olin, you're next. If our little friend Folin here would be having dreams or reoccurring nightmares, whichever one, what would he be dreaming of?
He would be dreaming that he is a gigantic tiger just running furiously through the jungle and just beating down his enemies as he goes. And that's it. That's the dream.
Okay. So you are this huge, ferocious tiger, king of the jungle, just cannot be fucked with. You are sprinting, moving fast through all of the jungle terrain that you can just easily dart through. I mean, you know this area like the back of your hand. And you're moving through this area like a dart, just zooming. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. And what's my addition? I got a 19.
Okay. At least you see it coming.
Yay.
You are running through this part of the jungle, and you watch as a shadowed figure extends his hand at you, and you watch a mix of some of the brightest light you've ever seen, and also some of the darkest, like, inky void you've ever seen shoot out of his hand. And it shoots like as fast as the speed of light, just lasers into the side of you. And you are immediately knocked out of your druid form. The tiger form is struck from you, essentially, and you are sat in this jungle floor as regular Folin, as this shadow figure approaches quickly. And it reaches you and puts its hand on you. And as it touches you, your skin goes like cold. Now I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
At just a regular one.
Yep.
That's a 4.
A 4?
A 4.
Is that a natural one?
That's a natural one.
Okay. So as how many levels of druid do you have again?
2. I think it's 2 rogue and 2 rogue and 2 druid.
Oh, okay.
Don't take my druid. No.
I'm gonna play this as nice as I can for a natural one. You are stricken cold as it places its hand on you. You feel it pull your life force out of you. And so I need you to mark off 1 level of druid. I don't. What level do you access your wild shapes? Is that a level 1 thing? Or is that a level 2
This
thing?
is my first time playing a druid, so I'm not sure.
I forget.
Level 2.
Is it level 2?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so harsh.
Okay. So
Just take it all away then.
it currently removes your ability to wild shape at all. But if at any point you can regain that level until things are resolved, you will no longer be able to wild shape into a tiger.
Why a tiger specifically?
Because
so
that
I can
is
be a raccoon?
Yeah, but you were a tiger when you were struck,
Oh, I see. Okay.
so you will no longer be able to wild shape into a tiger form until whatever is happening is resolved. So if you can get that level back at any point, you will no longer be able to wild shape into a tiger. And on top of that, you also have a level of exhaustion and a scar on your arm, cut on your arm, on your right arm. When you wake up, you will no longer be under this awning. You will be across the floor. Actually, you'll be like down here in the dirt. Unnaturally far away from the place where you fell asleep.
Okay.
Let us see. That's all of them. All right. Let's see. It is. I don't have a place for you guys, but I'm showing you guys on the map so I can keep track of it. Avi, let's do you first.
Woo!
What kind of dream / reoccurring nightmare are you having?
Oh god, which one? Mavi is probably having probably a night terror with Mr. Doorman.
Gotcha. So also thank you. I forgot about Mr. Doorman. Mr. Doorman is a little nightmare in himself. Fuck. So explain to me how Mr. Doorman likes to mess with you while you're sleeping or while you're dreaming.
It's kind of like sleep paralysis, where Mavi's like, they're sleeping, but they're still like actively focused, I guess would be a word for it. He's usually standing, taunting them in a way. Um, he'll either like reach his claws out to try and get them, or he'll like tinkle hopes in front of them and stuff like that, pretty much.
Okay. So while you are asleep and Mr. Doorman is taunting you, he continues to taunt and will, like, you notice that he's very focused until the moment he isn't, which is strange for a nightmare of your caliber, or of his caliber. Where he would like tease and mess with you constantly, but in this particular instance, he like looks away for a moment, looks back at you, and then steps back as a dark, hooded, shadowed figure walks up to you, and in this state of sleep paralysis, dream state, like, you feel a pressure on you that is indescribably heavy, and then all of a sudden pulls away from you, and it feels like it's taking part of you with it. um, roll a Constitution saving throw.
That's an 8.
Gotcha. So whatever you're multi-classed, right? Yeah, you're barbarian.
Yep.
Whichever your most recent level was in, backstory wise, go ahead and remove that. And then as you wake up, you will also see that you have a cut across the right arm. And you will be moved out of your bed. I don't remember. I think you guys have just? I know it was the one room. But you'll be like fully out of your bed. Like asleep in the floor near the closet. And then Tucci, are you back yet?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. If Demetrius is asleep, what would Demetrius be dreaming of?
Boy, do I have a story for you.
Tell me a story.
Okay, so Demetrius is dreaming about arriving at a little farmhouse. He's very familiar with it. He is stepping through the door. He sees his mother making dinner. He sees his little siblings playing with a newly born sheep, and he sees his father carving wood in the corner. His family is noticing him. They are coming to hug him, and as they come close to him and touch him, they all, one by one, crumble to ashes, and the house catches on fire.
Okay. So as you're watching this happen, do you stand and watch it burn, or do you run away? Do you cover your eyes? Do you what does Demetrius do while he's watching all of this happen?
I am scrambling to save something. I'm just trying to grab onto anything or anyone that I could pull out of the fire. But the fire is coming from me, so anything I'm touching is burning.
Okay. So as you're like burning these things with your hands, you're watching all of this like burn away in front of you, and you reach for the door to a bedroom. Whose bedroom would you be running towards first to try and grab things that are important?
Probably my smallest sibling, so I can save them.
Okay. As you run through that door, you run through that door, and it's sorry, I happened to notice what Druid said in our chat. I was like, accurate. You run through this door, and everything is pristine in here, and it feels like it's strangely cold. And as you go to reach for the things that you feel are important, knowing in your mind that it's going to catch on fire, something reaches out and grabs your arm. And for the first time in this kind of dream that you've had in such a reoccurring way, you feel cold. Usually this dream leaves you in a state of like waking up in sweat, and because I mean dreaming about fire usually gets you a little warm anyways. But for the first time you feel cold. Like again, the way that I said it for Folan, deathly cold. Like you feel like you're catching pneumonia almost. And in this moment you are met face to face with this shadowy figure that's unfamiliar to you. Knowing where this dream comes from as far as like your history, this is not something that belongs here. And it throws you for a loop for a minute until the moment it like has your arm, and it tries to pull at your arm, but your arm doesn't go. It's like it's incorporeal. Like it grabbed you and it stopped you, but the moment it tried to pull away, its figure like pulled through you, and it's like it's trying to pull part of you away. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Okay. You you're multi-class, right? Or are you just fighter?
No, I'm a straight fighter.
Okay. Go ahead and remove a level of fighter. And when you wake up, you are near your bed, but you have been pulled off of it, and you are in the floor. And you will also notice that on your right arm, you have a cut on your not not your forearm, but your bicep. Everyone's cuts are on their bicep, and it's just above the elbow.
Can y'all hear me? I have a question.
Yes.
So it might have just been me hearing things, or just a slip of the tongue. But I swear 2 times now you've said they've woken up in the floor. Have they woken up in the floor, or are they on
the floor?
floor?
When I say in the floor, I mean like among the things among the
Okay.
things in the room.
You don't mean like Kitty Pryde phased half through the floor.
No, I'm not. I'm
Like a
not
little-
trying to. What's it called?
Okay.
Fucking. What's the movie? Cloverfield Project.
Such a good movie.
That's a fucking wild movie, is what that is. Where that guy is like just halfway in the wall or whatever.
Yeah,
We're not trying to. No. When I say in the floor, I mean on the floor.
Okay.
Unless I describe it otherwise.
Okay. That's what I assumed for the first time, but when you said it for Demetrius too, I'm like, wait, I need to clarify something.
No, yeah, you guys. Unless I say you have phased halfway through the floor and you are in agonizing pain, don't assume that you are inside the floorboards. Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're fine. You're very welcome. Okay. So, for all of the people who have been cut or attempted to have been cut, when you wake up, when everyone wakes up, you will immediately notice that you are sore on your right arms. Most of you will notice a cut. Some of you will notice a cut and more. Some of you will notice that you don't have a cut. But you all, except for Ray, feel weaker. Granted, Ray woke up with a level of exhaustion, so he also feels tired, but
He also wakes up to a bunch of feathers because Powder's wings are just fucking going like in his face.
valid. Bap. We will go in probably the same order. Ray, when you wake up, how do you feel?
Shitty, tired. I want to go back to sleep. Also, all these feathers in my face. Oh my gosh.
When you look at your right arm, you notice that there's a distinctive little like scratch, but it's not like a full-blown cut. As if something attempted to hurt you last night.
Oh, okay. He doesn't think this is powder.
No, it does not.
He's aware that this is the problem.
There's a difference between like the tiny claw catches of Powder's talons and the length of this scratch that goes down like it goes from the top of your like if you hold your arm out across your like if you do a right angle across your chest with your arm out, it goes from the top of your arm all the way to the bottom.
Oh wow. That's concerning.
And it's like it's red, but it's like it tried to cut you but couldn't. And you also notice at the same time when you wake up the same kind of cut, but a successful one on Powder's wing. Which you will notice when she changes back into her full form is on the same, like, it's at the same exact spot.
So he can see it in my bird form, but he'll see that it's in the same spot when I'm in my human form.
Yes.
And can I try to like cure wounds her arm wing?
While she's, or is at this point, is Powder sleeping, or would Powder have woke up once Ray wakes up?
She is still. I'm getting a lot of feedback. I don't know if y'all are. I'm not sure who this set coming from. Is that me?
It's not me.
I'm
Dawson.
not getting feedback.
Dawson, it's
Hmm.
I constantly
just
get
I'm
feedback
on a
from
microphone.
Dawson.
What feedback are you getting? Because it's just going through a microphone.
Yeah, it was static feedback.
I get
Alright,
that a lot
well-
from you.
Here, I'll just mute I have myself mute, so I'll keep myself muted.
Okay. What was the question? Is Powder waking up?
Yeah,
Um,
if Ray wakes up and like gets up out of bed, are you still gonna lay around in bed for another minute, or are you waking up when he wakes up?
I think she's in a night terror because she was in a nightmare and then she had the energy drain thing and she didn't wake up directly from it. So I think she's like running away from something in her dreams, but she doesn't even know what anymore. And that's visible exteriorly as a night terror. Like her wings are flapping as if she's flying in her sleep.
Okay. I will say once the shadowy figure did like do the life force thing, stealing or whatever, it fully like disappears and dissipates from your dream as if it was moving on to the next person.
She doesn't understand
That's
that. So
fair.
she's just running. She was
Okay.
running before, she's running again.
Gotcha. Ray, in that case, you are aware of what is happening as far as like she is like, if you've ever seen a dog chasing something in its dream, it's like that, but with an owl, where it's like it's kicking its little legs and then like angrily flapping wings every once in a while, and they'll like twitch violently. So you can kind of tell immediately that this is like she's she's not in a wonderful place as far as this dream goes.
Okay. He's just gonna like shake her.
Can she be startled awake to the point where she like wakes up flying and just accidentally like flies herself into a wall?
Sure, that's fine.
Like a bird into glass. Like oh.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the wall in full flight.
Ouch.
Worth it.
Worth it.
As a player, not as a character.
Just bam.
He's just gonna say, "Oh, good, you're awake."
She's gonna go, oh good, I'm awake.
Um,
Will you stay in bird form, or are you
No, as soon as she wakes up, she's turning back into humanoid form.
okay? So at that point is when you would see that the cut on her right arm is like a fully fledged cut from the top of the bicep to the bottom.
ouch.
Whole like armpit to elbow kind
Oh
of
no,
thing?
hold on.
Or like lengthwise.
I'm trying to think of the best way that I can visualize this.
Parallel to your elbow crease
Hold on.
on your bicep.
Edit. I'm gonna send this photo in the actual general chat of Discord because I don't want an unflattering photo of my bicep on any internet ever. But if anyone,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
yeah,
Okay.
it's cut from like the front, from the like the bottom side of that bicep. If you held your arm like out across to like the other side of your chest, all the way to the top. It's a full like C shape, from top to bottom. So Ray, did you say you were gonna do like a cure wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you attempt to do your cure wounds, it accepts it and it scars over.
Can I
Okay.
heal for that 3 points of bludgeoning damage I just did to myself?
Yes. Also, none of these cuts did any kind of like actual health damage other than what it would take away from your hit point maximum. But you don't feel like you've been damaged like you would have been in like battle. You all just feel a little bit weaker. And to the best of your knowledge, at this current moment, like in character, none of you know that any of your spells, spell effects, or um, like how Folan doesn't have wild shape anymore. Like he's unaware of that until he attempts to do it.
Okay.
So all of the things that were removed from you, your character does not have knowledge of those things yet. So as you watch this like cut that you have start to like try and heal, normally when a cure wounds is cast, like the skin heals perfectly fine, you're back to normal. But this does like a weird like, it leaves a like bumped scar, like it's a scar that healed naturally over time.
That's not what you do normally for cure.
Do it.
That's not what you do normally for magic healing. That's what I
No.
do in my worldscape for magic healing. Is it still leaves a scar?
I didn't even know that about your work.
I think as far as cure wounds goes, it's technically supposed to be like
Yeah.
um
Cure the wounds.
hold on. Uh, so there is a book. It doesn't technically say in like the normal guide, but there is a book that does state that cure wounds does in fact repair scars. Um I have always thought of it is like the way that my brain thinks of it. Hold on. If it's a healing potion, the scars stay normally. If it's a healing spell, the scars go away. And then also if it's after, like if it's a long rest that heals you, the scars stay then as well.
I just have it for Draysal that even healing spells leave scars.
I never thought about it honestly until you said something. But like in my mind, that's kind of how I've always had it. Is potions and natural healing, as far as like long rests, short rests. It gives the wound the scar over, while an instant magic healing would create like that. I think of it as like the angelic healing that like Castiel does in Supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah.
Where he just like covers his hand with it and it's just gone.
Yeah, I guess just me as a writer, I hate
scars disappearing.
Like I hate it.
It's so stupid.
It's love trauma so much.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I've always wanted to push in my narratives that you can't undo damage once it's done. Like you can heal it, but there's always going to be evidence.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
the differences between our worlds are easily explainable, though.
Yeah,
so I think
that's
it's fine
fair.
that our worlds are different.
Well, and I guess in my head, like it also depends on like the size of the cut, the depth of the cut. Because like if you get like a little scratch from like a cat or something like that, that's not gonna leave a scar.
Agreed. It would only leave a scar if it would leave a scar normally.
Yeah.
And I think I might have even mentioned in my world too that scars that are healed by magical means are like less apparent. They're the same like vague size and shape as it would have been if it healed naturally, but it's like smoother and less discolored.
That's so valid. That makes sense too. But yeah, we'll go with for right now that if it's a magic spell that would have like normally been cast, like the idea is as soon as he saw it, he tried to cast the spell on it to make the scar as minimal as possible. But for some reason, this leaves like a nasty looking like scar. That looks like it is ugly looking. It's noticeable for sure. It's that very like dark discolored kind of scar.
As he heals it, and I'm looking down, and I mean, I think it's all odd, but I think everything's odd. I'm what, 3 weeks old?
Valid.
I think I'm kind of noticing like how weak I feel, much weaker I feel. And I'm gonna look up at Ray and go, Dad, I don't feel very bad bitch rising right now.
Okay, that is very serious. We need to sit down and think about this. I don't know how we can fix this, but this is extremely serious. If you're not feeling bad bitch rising, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like weaker, like not as connected to Gwen anymore. Like there was magic there yesterday, and now it's just gone. Not all of it, but some of it.
Do I know what that thing was?
I'm gonna say no. You have not encountered something like this before. In all of the years that you have adventured.
Gotcha.
Granted, she hasn't described to you exactly what she saw, but due to the fact that you had the scratch across your arm and she has a cut in the same exact place, you're pretty aware that whatever this thing is, tried to get you and ended up getting her.
I think we need to get everybody else.
Okay, so if you are going to head down to the next area, let's see, we will move over to Incus and Jack. So as you guys also wake up, you both notice that you're not in your beds. Jack, you notice that you're kind of across the room from where your bed was. Incus, you notice that you are off of your bed. And you guys kind of come to, and you both immediately also realize that you have identical cuts running from the running on your forearms, or not forearm, bicep. And you see that they are identical in shape and length, essentially.
Dreams.
So on my way out of the bed, I hit my head on like the nightstand. So I have a headache as well.
Oh, damn.
Do we remember the dreams or no?
Yes.
We do. Okay. If I remember the dream, can I... So I remember, like, a creature attacked me in my dream.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that being the case, I want to... Let me try... I don't even know. Because I want to be like, can I identify what happened? Or, like, do I know from my readings what happened?
Wait, what was... I'm confused.
Sorry, I was like, is there a way that I can... In all my studies, would I've ever read something about this? That this could happen?
I'm going to say...
Ooh, hold on. I have another idea if you say no.
I am going to say no. It's not likely that... To you, this feels very new, but also very, like, powerful and old in a way.
Do I feel it's magical? In a sense, or no?
If you want to make an Arcana check, you are more than welcome to.
Okay. Well, is this thing going to let me roll tonight at all, or no? Am I going to get a good roll on a skill check? Let's see. Nope. Apparently I'm not allowed to roll tonight. Another 10.
Okay, so on a 10, you can tell that it is a type of magic for sure. But you're unable to tell, like, if it's a primordial magic, or if it's, like, you're unable to discern if it is a learned or taught magic.
So what I'm going to... Yeah. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is, if I kind of tell that this was something magical, I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to cast Identify on myself. Because it says if you touch a creature, you can learn what spells you're currently affecting it. And other stuff you can learn through, too. So however you want to... It could work, it could not work, but since I feel like it's something magical, I'm going to touch that scar and cast Identify.
Okay. So as you
Oh, we just got a long rest too. So do we reset everything long rest style?
yes, all of your
From
stuff
sleeping with
is
this or no? Okay.
all of your stuff is reset. You don't have a point of exhaustion, so you're good.
No, I just lost the thing, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay, so
but
I guess identify.
then your health is also down due to the loss
Lowered.
of the level.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was, but it auto lowered it, so it's fine.
So
Sure, I cast as a ritual, so you don't need to roll anything for it. It's a 10-minute ritual.
when you cast Identify, I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Okay, brief pause. I have to fully, think about this, how I need to explain it. Talk amongst yourselves. Or to chat, either one.
Is there anyone in chat who wants to ask some questions? We can try to answer them. I'm looking at chat right now. I don't know if we have anyone with us who has got questions. Watching that, if y'all want to talk about other stuff.
Don't let them float in.
What?
Don't let the questions flood in.
Oh no, I know, for real, right? Like one at a time, y'all, one at a time.
We can't answer it all. But we just pick a random question.
I broke Dark.
Yep.
I'm
Someone's
sorry.
gotta
I was
do
like,
it.
it's a good idea.
It is.
I read it and I was like, can this do it? I was like, I don't know. It might work, but I was like, I have to do this. I was like, it could work. It could also not work. I don't know, but let's. And it sounds like it's working. But
What's the
It's
link
every-
to this stream?
Go on to Twitch and I look up Not by the Handbook and click the live video. So the Wilting Druid 295 asked in chat, what's everyone's character's favorite food?
Dragon. And mushrooms. He likes mushrooms.
How dare you?
Yeah, we do have a dragon board.
You also just killed the dragon.
Powder really likes the powdered sugar donuts from her dad's Feast of Heroes Feast spell. Those are the best.
My character likes barbecue chicken, like from Shaq.
Eat bird.
That's right, barbecue chicken.
I think Fullen would like potatoes. Just any form of potato.
Jack.
yes,
What's your favorite food? What's Jack's favorite food?
jackfruit.
Of course it is.
I
really
don't even know what a
so.
jackfruit is, but
It's
I
kind of
don't
like
know
it
what
looks like a
is, but I know
durian.
I eat it a lot though, and I don't even know what it is because like it just comes in the food I eat because since we eat vegan and vegetarian in my house, like it's just in a lot of things, and I'm like I don't even know what this is, but it tastes good.
Ever had it like raw?
No, I never even seen what one was.
It kind of tastes like how juicy fruit gum tastes.
Well, I've
Sounds
tasted.
good.
So like, let me rephrase that. Like you buy like a thing, and it'll be like jackfruit something something and other stuff. It's like a whole thing. It's just made with like jackfruit inside, and like it's apparently it's a popular item, so they're gonna like made with jackfruit. And you're like, all right, cool, tastes good. But I'm like, I've never seen what a full jackfruit is.
It's huge. It's like a giant spiky thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is Mavi and Demetrius's favorite foods?
I don't think Demetrius has a favorite food, but he likes coffee.
Be a favorite food.
It's
Hmm?
definitely a
Oh.
favorite food of mine lately.
For sure. Valid. It's a valid favorite food for sure. Mavi?
Mavi's favorite food. Raspberries.
Yeah.
Berries. I like that. I like that. Hi, Fix It Felix in the comments. How are you? The Fix It Felix also agrees that coffee is their favorite food. So it's a very valid option. Chat agrees.
Yay.
Oh, this is the wrong layer. What layer?
Taking questions in chat right now. We are taking a break. Our
Take it a
DM.
break because we broke the DM.
Yeah, we broke the DM already. Episode 1 of AIM. DM has had to call a recess. And we've got Sonara in chat as well. Hello, welcome.
Okay. I am back.
Back.
The DM is unbroken.
I
That is
need
back.
I need the specific wording of identify, please.
I was like, yeah, because it's different stuff depending on what we're looking at, right? So I'm going to read everything, even the stuff that doesn't apply, just so it's the whole spell. Okay?
Yes.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use or how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether the spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you'll learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. And spell.
Okay. So, I don't have to tell you what the spell does, I just have to tell you what the spell is.
I mean, like, it's one of those things, if you tell me it's like power word kill, if my character knows what power word kill is, it's like, cool, but
Okay.
I mean, technically, like, depending, you could always, so since I'm
You-
touching a creature,
you
yeah, you
are
just tell me what
being-
it is. If I was,
The spell that is currently cast upon you is called Shackle of Self.
okay, so I don't know that spell. Is there a way I could know what that spell does by, like, again, I could be like, I could go around and talk to everyone and see if anyone figures it out, but is there a way, like, in my studies before I start talking to everybody else, like, hey, I've heard of that spell?
Not at this
Even though I can't do it, like-
current moment. This is very,
Okay,
like,
so,
knowing the history that your character has looked through and the extensiveness in which they have done their training, they would not recognize this spell even by its name.
I'm gonna write that down quickly. Let me get that again. So hold on. It is called, and then I'll go put it in my notes somewhere else. But just so I have it, because I don't have my notes up. Shackle. What is it?
Shackle of Self.
Shackle of Self. Okay, cool. So now that I did all that, am I in the room with I forget the Dragonborn's name. He's new. I'm sorry. What's his name? Incus. Am I in the room with Incus right now?
Yes.
Has he been here the whole time, or
yes. When you
does
went
he
to
just
bed,
watch me being weird on a ritual myself?
Probably.
Like doing the.
I mean, I guess that's up to him.
So yeah, Incus, you hanging around while I'm being weird and not talking to you, or just like touching myself?
So I'm gonna be casting my own spell.
What are you doing?
I'm casting my own spell.
What spell were you wanting
So
to cast?
I'll go to you, and then we can talk afterwards.
Detect magic.
Okay, so what does Detect Magic do?
For the duration, it's a stealth range spell is one action. Concentration for up to 10 minutes. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You sense magic in this way. You can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay,
Okay, I
so
mean, he would definitely detect stuff on me.
yes, so
Hit him,
The
you
spell-
both
the spell
notice.
the spell can penetrate most barriers. It's blocked by 1 foot of stone and 1 common metal, 1 inch of common metal, and then a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Gotcha. Okay, so
At least on me, you would detect
you would
one of my
detect
rings
this.
is magical.
Go ahead.
I don't know what type of magic it is, so I'll let you know. But
Well, I assume that that's not the thing that he's after. Is the ring?
No, but I still want. He still is in the area. He should know.
Specifically
Cost of
for
the spell.
the for the scars, the magic aura that you see, it glows the same on your arm and on Jack's arm, and then you also see. Hold on, let me make sure that you guys are probably within 30 feet, but yeah. You see 2 more of the same spots above you. You don't see that one because that would be a foot or more of stone, so you wouldn't see past that. But this is wood, so you would be able to see through this. That you also notice 2 more of the same aura from what you see from your scar or from your cut. With hold on. The I don't know what the school of magic would be for this.
When in doubt, evocation.
Hold on. Give me just another second. Let me look up the types of like the schools of magic because I forget which ones are which.
And now too, you got aberration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, transmutation.
Okay. Let's see. Not abjuration. Not conjuration. Not divination.
It was, but it's just not right. It wasn't for me back then.
This would be considered enchantment based on these descriptions.
Would
Enchantment school in D&D focuses on manipulating the minds of others, either impairing opponents with status effects or enhancing allies' abilities.
Buffy
would
buff.
you know what that is? Like the school of magic.
What do you mean?
Would he understand what like all the different schools of magic are?
Yes, because as you have been taught, like the things you learned from your predecessors, there's different kinds of schools of magic that even you have learned through the magic stuff you know. if I'm not mistaken. Well, and especially enchantment for you, because that's like enchanting
items and stuff.
items and things is on the same page as that. So this is something that is altering your physical form.
Him cast his spell and I did mine. I'm gonna kind of talk to him and be like, "Hey, so you got a scar too?"
Yeah, mine's a cut.
Yeah, yours they're cuts.
Yeah.
They're like open wounds, kind of. They're not bleeding, but it's open.
Oh, same. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I got the same thing. I looked at it and it. Have you ever heard of a spell called Shackle of Self? That's what this is. And then
Not.
that's what mine is,
but
at least.
I detected the magic on it, and it's from. Remind me what it's called again. I'm sorry. OOC.
Enchantment.
Yeah, it's the School of Enchantment.
All right. Well, that. Okay. Well, let's. I think we need to wake the others because maybe they can help us figure out what's wrong with us. Because why did we get cut?
I see two more of the same aura that's coming off of both of our cuts upstairs. So let's go ahead and head up there.
Oh, you can see those two. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's yeah, let's go figure that out because this is weird.
This is weird. Not only that, I got this wicked headache. Fell out of bed.
That would even make this worse. Apparently, I guess. I just feel weak, man. Like I don't feel the same as I did when I went to sleep. You know, like you didn't get a good night's sleep or something. I feel like I slept wrong. I feel weaker.
I feel weaker too. I'm not sure.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. All right. So you guys
and we'll head up to Ray and Powder.
All right. So you guys kind of meet up on the like top balcony area as they're headed your direction as well. You guys will meet together, but we're gonna move over to Bolin real quick. Bolin, you wake up and you are several hold on. You are at least 40 plus feet away from where you fell asleep, in a way that would not make sense for you to have gotten here unless you were like dragged here. What would you like to do as you wake up?
I think he's just gonna wake up normally and not really realize what's going on until he sits up and just looks around. Can I do a perception check to see if I like when you get dragged, there's drag marks usually. Can I do a perception check to like see the drag marks?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll one.
Awesome. That's a 17.
Hold on, sorry. Okay, so on a 17, you look around and you do not see drag marks.
Okay. He's gonna slowly get up and kind of brush himself off and scratch the back of his neck and stretch, and then just walk back over to his little nest underneath the patio.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. Walk back over here. You also notice as you're walking, your arm is sore, and you look down and you see the same cut.
Well, I don't know it's the same.
Well, I say the same out of character, meaning I don't have to explain it. You don't know that everybody else has the same cut, yes, but it is the same cut that everybody else has. And is there anything else that you would be doing at this current moment?
No, I think he just assumes that he had a bad nightmare and wandered in his sleep and is just gonna go back to laying in his bed.
Okay. Is he laying back in his bed, or is he going back to sleep? Because you do have a point of exhaustion.
I think he would lay down.
Okay.
And if he's left out there for too long, he might start resting.
Okay. I'm very quickly making a change to the name of this spell. It will now, from this moment on, it is not Shackle of Self, it is Soul Shackle.
Soul Shackle?
Yes.
Got it.
I was thinking about it as I was like typing it out. You had me thrown for the fact that you were gonna ask the question so quickly. I was like, wait, I don't even know yet. It's all homebrew. But yes.
Sounds like necromancy.
Soul Shackle. So
it's my new favorite band, Soul Shackle.
As you are kind of sitting over here, laying back in your spot, you start to hear everyone up top kind of start chattering a little bit. We won't get into that conversation just yet. We're going to move over to Demetrius and Avi before that, but we will come back and you will hear that conversation as that unfolds. Okay, so Mavi, and Demetrius, whichever one you guys would think would be awake first, based on the dreams you guys had and things like that. What would you guys be doing this fine morning?
I would first check the room to see if there's anything that could count as a threat, and then check on Mavi.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Invest. 18.
Okay. So you you do not notice any kind of signs of like entry into your room. There hasn't been any breaks in the salt lines that were put up. Whatever affected you, you see an identical cut on your arm and on Mavi's arm. As you're doing your investigation, but you don't notice any kind of breaks in your salt lines or in your protections for things that were possibly making it into the room.
Okay. Would I have any idea what kind of creature could have attacked us? based on any knowledge that I collected throughout my years as a monster hunter.
I would say at this current moment, no. If you were to make your way to a um a guild hall, where you would like be able to find more like dedicated information to some things, might be able to track down a lead or two. But at this current moment, nothing is coming to mind.
All right. Then I would like to help up Mavi and see if they are okay. Sorry.
Gotcha. Mavi, when you wake up, you also notice very quickly that the cut on your arm matches the one on Demetrius's arm.
It's on my bad arm.
Hold on, wait. Oh, fuck. Anybody who is wearing sleeves that cover arms, it is cut through the sleeve.
Ouch.
So
It's still on my bad arm.
I just wanted to make that known because I know Demetrius has like longer things,
Yeah.
and then also Folan has his like coat. So those things will need to be mended alternatively. And then
He hasn't noticed yet. He doesn't really care.
that's fair. I don't know if Jack has anything like that, but I know Ray and Powder are wearing vests because they're too cool for sleeves.
Gotta show off the guns, baby.
And then Incus
yeah.
is wearing straight overalls, no shirt. So he's just straight Mickey Mousing it. But yeah, if you guys had like sleeves that go past your elbows, there is a cut in your sleeve as well that matches. But so if that changes anything, just make note of that. And then continuing on, Mavi, when you wake up, what is it that you're wanting to do first off?
Mavi is going to look over to Demetrius. There's very clearly like kind of like a panicked look in their face. But that starts to kind of like calm down as they realize that they're like awake now and they're not still dreaming. They're going as they see the cut in his sleeve. Mavi's going to look up at him and say, "I can fix that for you if you'd like."
You're sweet, but don't waste your time on it. I will deal with it later. I think we were attacked this night. Are you injured anywhere else than your arm?
No, this is the only place.
All right.
See me?
Yes, Mavi.
Mr. Doorman was in my dream again, but it was almost like he left for the hood man. He doesn't do that.
I dreamed about that hooded man too. But I don't see any of our protective measurements being breached. I think I do think it was a dream creature, nothing physical. But I don't know how it affected our bodies. How do you feel?
Tired. Weaker.
I'm going to pet their head and say, you can snooze a little bit if you want. I will keep watch.
I don't want to go back to sleep. Can we go get breakfast and then head towards the others?
Sure.
Okay.
What do you want to eat?
Mm. Oh, I don't know. I want fruit.
Fruits. All right.
Mhm.
Ah! Sorry, I dropped something. Keep you guys on your toes. Sorry. So you guys head out and get your breakfast of choice, and then are heading over to the keep to find the others in their group.
Yes.
All right. So again on
I'm sorry,
horses. Go ahead.
I would like to take detailed notes in my journal about this night.
Okay, gotcha. That can be added to your notes. That's perfectly fine. Especially, I mean, you having been a well-traveled person, even while riding on a horse, you're able to jot down your notes well enough that you can understand them. And then as you guys get your breakfast and head that direction, you guys, it takes about 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes to get there. When I know it's an hour's walk when it's just feet. But you guys have one whole horsepower.
Woo.
So it's a little faster. So you guys are able to get there a little quicker, which will give enough time for the conversation between these four to begin, and you guys will probably make it in around time that they begin. Like, I guess it depends on how long their conversation goes. So we'll hop back over to you four as you guys are coming up these stairs. Over here, you notice that Ray and Powder are coming out of the round building at the top, and you still have detect magic active, correct? Is it? What's the time on that? I forget.
I think you said 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. So
It's 10 minutes.
you would be able to still see that theirs is picking up, and then as you make it outside and see that Folan is walking up the stairs, going back to his little nook area, you would also be able to pick up on his as well. But you guys are all four together. You are more than welcome to go ahead and start your little bit of RP in questions and things like that.
And everyone, that's what we're doing. That's what we're.
Does Powder see the cuts on the other two?
Yes. They're pretty visible. For sure on Incas because he doesn't have anything covering his arms. I don't know for Jack. Does Jack have like full on sleeves, or is it like
kind of short, kind of cut off at, kind of like short sleeves, maybe a little longer, but like kind of like cut off at the arm, but
So still visible.
like
Gotcha.
longer short sleeve shirts. Yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah, like
gotcha.
like lower arms are visible, but you know.
Okay, so it would still be visible on both of them.
Yeah, so Powder would like to run up to both and cast Cure Wounds on each of them.
Okay. As she does that, it will still. You'll notice. Jack and Incus will notice that the cut, or quote unquote cut, on Powder's arm is now like a fully scarred cut. Like it looks like it was a battle scar that was left to heal naturally for years. And as she puts her hand over it and casts Cure Wounds, it does the same on both of your guys' arms, which you guys would know for having been healed by magic before that is not normal.
I'll let them know, like, again, if we want to RP it, we can, but at the same time, I want to let them know, like, what I found, that I identified what it is, and ask them if they ever heard of a spell called Soul Shackle, because that's kind of what these markings are.
I'm assuming in my abundant 3 weeks of life, I've never heard of anything called Soul Shackle.
I would agree with that assumption. Ray, make me a history check.
You're sure not performance? You're set on history?
Yeah, I'm set on history.
Okay. All right.
Aid with a Gib slap?
What?
I said, can I aid in the form of a Gib slap?
No, I'm not. I don't think so. Not at this current moment.
I tried.
I got it. Oh, I'm exhausted. Never mind. Let me roll again. Not that much worse. I got a 14.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So on a 14, you have heard of a few different spells that like are under the like same kind of like derivative of the shackle side, where like things are like tied together or tied down or chained away. But specifically soul shackle is newer to you. It again could be something that you could learn more about if you talk to the right people. But for you specifically, you're not completely sure who the right people would be, unless it's just either one, a really powerful spellcaster, or maybe some of the people, like if you could get in contact with some of the other archfey who like fucking create magic and shit, like on the regular. But you also know that would be a difficult process, especially given how the Fey Wilds look right now, having been forced to visit them semi-recently.
And I don't have sending, so I can't just like call up anybody. I have no idea about that spell. Did you guys see a creepy hooded figure in your dreams?
Exactly what happened, and then I woke up to this thing.
I definitely
and I feel
saw.
weak.
Yeah, I definitely saw a creepy hooded guy. He killed the demon chasing me, and then attacked me, and then I just ran after that.
You said it attacked the demon?
Yeah, it like made the demon like melt or like collapse or disintegrate. I don't it happened really fast.
Well, you know what? That sounds like a problem that I caused being solved, so I think that means I'm a great parent.
Great parents. Maybe we should ask Gwen about this.
For what? We solved a problem.
I don't think we solved the problem, Dad.
But do you know we didn't solve the problem?
You make a valid argument I want to agree with, but I still think we should check in with Mom.
Okay.
Can
I
I
haven't
roll?
done yet. I know it. Oh, I know you're gonna roll for that, but I was just gonna say, we haven't checked to see Can I like see if there's anything like just hanging out watching us?
Oh, that'd be smart.
You can make a perception check. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, I haven't think of. Okay. I'm gonna do it kind of. I want to do 2 times. So, well, or I should do it once. You tell me how you want to do this because I have something called see invisibility. So like, I kind of want to be like, do I see anything? I mean, I'll cast the invisibility if I need to. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll cast the invisibility while we do this perception, investigation, whatever you want. Just to double up on our what's going on here.
Okay. So as far as you can tell before you cast the invisibility, there is nothing that looks out of ordinary. There's no
anything.
There's nothing crazy going on. Everything kind of looks pretty normal. The people that are headed into the keep area for the normal Keljar service stuff are lining up at the gate. There's nobody in that group that feels suspicious based on what you can see through the gate because they're not being let in yet by James and then from where you're at, you can also see that Keljar is over here already kind of planning his daily devotions and things like that for all of the Gwyn things. So as as of this current moment, nothing feels out of place. And then even when you cast the see invisibility, you don't catch anything that is off-putting. There's nothing new added to your perspective after that.
Okay. So I'll just let them know, and I'm like, hey, just to I'll relay that I'm seeing everything, and I'm trying to see if anyone's here invisible, and I'm not seeing anything. Whatever happened in our sleep, happened in our sleep.
Hold on, one moment.
That sucks.
Oh, I have a stupid idea.
What is your idea?
So I say to the 4 of them, I'm like, so we all got attacked in our sleep. How about one of us goes back to sleep while the others watch over? And
I'm very
if
tired.
this thing enters from the outside,
you guys also noticed that
attack it before it can get in.
Ray does not have a full-on cut. His is just a scratch mark. It looks like it's already starting to disappear.
Gotcha. So I'll say that. I'll give that idea of hey, why is this someone trying to fall asleep again? Let's see if it attacks from the inside or attacks from the outside. Someone's just gonna have to be bait. And also, Ray, why does your cut not look like our cuts?
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm better than you, but you might be slightly worse than me.
Huh. Fair enough. Okay. Powder, what were you saying?
Gave up talking and just sighed and sat down cross-legged, and she is gonna start praying to Gwen. I rolled that religion
Okay.
a while ago. I got a nat 20.
I saw that. I am trying to think.
Okay. Well, we broke the DM again.
Yeah, you guys broke me again. You guys have
Do we?
done this.
So, I'm gonna say so. So Ray, what do we think about taking a nappy poo and seeing what happens?
I'm down to sleep. I'm so tired.
All right. So I'll watch over you. Take a nap, and I'll try not to get you killed. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. I think Powder's gonna talk to her mom about this and try to figure it out, which is probably a smart idea.
So as Powder
10 years old
reaches out and begins to reach out to Gwen, what are the things that Powder has going on in her head?
Well, I mean, she's stressed because of the scars. She feels less connected to Gwen through her warlock pact since she lost that level of warlock. So not only is she kind of like hoping Gwen has the answer, she's also like reaching out because like she just wants to make sure that connection is still there. She doesn't know what she would do without it. So she's quite anxious, quite worried. And kind of just like frantically mentally reaching out for any sign of Gwen, like the second she starts praying.
Okay. You reach out and you do feel a connection. There is a it's not any less like of a deep connection, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, Gwen is still very much that mother figure, mother to you.
Mm-hmm.
The connection between you is not weakened by the loss of a level as much as it is restrained. It's like it's there, it's still in you, it's still part of you. It is just locked away. And as you are able to reach out and in this moment of connection between you and Gwen, you receive a reassurance of, yes, I'm still here. Yes, I'm with you. Like, you receive the reassurances of those things, even with the unsuredness of the night before, if that makes sense.
Okay. Can I ask her a question?
Yes, I will allow that.
Once she realizes that like her connection isn't broken, she's really relieved and now focused on the main goal. And she wants to ask if Gwen knows who the cloaked man in her dream last night was, or if Gwen knows anything about the spell Soul Shackle.
part of me wants to make you pick which question you want the answer to before you get the answers.
I'm gonna just say roll it on a die if you're gonna make me pick.
Do you want to do a high and low? High is
High is the man, low is the spell.
Gotcha. You roll it, or do you want me to?
I can roll it.
Gotcha.
19. So we rolled low, so spell.
Okay. Hold on.
And I know I'm not face to face, but can I share a picture of my mother for the viewers to see?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. Let me find her. I'll be just a second.
So as you ask about the spell, you get a like a catchback of it's almost a memory for Gwen, but it's even further back than Gwen. This is a memory that is being
Of a
shared
mod?
with you from a mod.
Okay, all right. We got telephone memory going on.
So you are watching. So it's almost like it's like forced into your mind, but you're watching for a moment and you notice that the hands that you're seeing in this memory are not yours. They are working on a spell, trying to figure out how to take parts of a soul and intertwine them to other things. Not quite Horcrux like, but a little bit. And the person you're seeing in this memory is looking through all of these ancient tomes in a vast elven library. And for a brief moment, they stop on a page labeled Soul Shackle. And you see the name Soul Shackle as like clear as day, but then like the words are muddled a little bit. I will say part of that's because it's a memory of a person that's not sharing the memory with you. If you if Gwen had seen it in her time of life, it would be more clear. But you see the word
spell.
Yeah. You see the word Soul Shackle, and then you also see a like small drawing of a hooded figure. And that is all that Gwen is able to share as far as that goes.
I'm so new. Can I just try to commit the library itself and the like book that I'm reading, not necessarily what the words are, but like visually, I want to commit the library and the book that this spell is in to memory because I want to try to find it later.
Yes. I will say, because it was like, because it was shown to you as if it was a memory of your own and like you were living through it. If you see this place again, you will know that you're in the right place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's gonna kind of come out of her little prayer thing, and she says, "Well, Mom didn't know what the spell was, but her mom definitely did some research on it. And I saw like a library, and I think I could do some research on it if I found that library, but I don't know shit about libraries."
Okay. That's good. Now that's good. It's something.
Okay. So is there anything else that you guys want to try and do before the nap side of things?
I mean, Shooty's taking a sleep, and I'm gonna watch over him.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
if that is the case, we're gonna go ahead and say that at around this time is when um when Mavi and Demetrius show back up, and they are let back through by James fairly quickly once they get up to the wall. There are some oh, hold on, brain. Gotta move on this map. They make it through, and James lets you guys in. You guys will tie up your horses, and you guys will see Folan first. Folan, if you were able to hear any of the conversation happening prior to this, would you have either made your way up to them, or would you have stayed there and potentially dozed off?
Sorry, as they're walking by?
No. Before these, before Mavi and Demetrius come into play, while, because you're within earshot of these four, if you were able to hear them conversating, would you have listened in and stayed awake, or would you have dozed off eventually?
I think I would have listened in and maybe have gotten up and started pacing because now he's realizing this is happening to all of us.
Okay, gotcha. So even at that point, you'd probably be like maybe a little closer to here, like doing the pacing back and forth. And then I'd say at some point you would notice that Demetrius and Mavi have made their way this direction up the stairs. You would also notice that um, they have the same, like, you notice identical cuts on their arms. And I'd say at some point you would have fully noticed the cut on your arm as well, especially while they were having their conversation up top, like these four. While you started pacing, you would have noticed your cut, and then when they walk up, you would notice their cuts as well.
Yeah, so I walk up to them and I just say, You got it too?"
Oh, I see. You've been attacked too.
Yeah. I think it's the whole crew got attacked. They're talking about
Everyone?
it now.
All right, maybe let's join them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are going to join them, you guys can head up the stairs and come around the staircase up the top, and you guys would join them at the top, probably around the end bit where Jack was talking about possibly having Ray go back to sleep. And remember, there are 2 people right now with exhaustion points. So just keep that in mind for, like, if you guys wanted to have both people sleep or just one, or however you need to do that. Just
I wanted to help him out while he sleeps, but I can only help one person out. So unless someone has something to do to make sure the other person has some buffs, I can only help one person.
Good, but I don't know if this is a like creature.
Well, you go to sleep. I mean, you go to sleep, and then I'm gonna cast my cantrip resistance on you, so you'll get a D4 on saving throws, and it's a cantrip. So I'll just sit there and just continue casting it until you wake up. You know, it's gonna suck for me. I might get a point of exhaustion from doing it, but at least it's kind of like when you're in there, you can try to maybe fight or do something, and I'll keep you from getting. You know, you can get saving throws while in your dreams.
Okay. Gosh, is this the time for like a hero's feast? I feel like that's such an expensive spell. You know, it takes forever.
I mean, I don't think that's yet. I think, you know, one more time of seeing this creature, and we're gonna use. Unfortunately, it's you right now, and whatever happens. Hopefully, you just don't die. But if you get like, you know, it doesn't seem like it's killing us. It's just kind of like siphoning us. So if you can investigate now that you know it's coming, investigate in your dream, see what happens, and then we can try to go from there. Or if you could catch it, you know, do something. But I think it's a good start to like retrace our steps, and then worst case, we just, you know, we know there's a library we got to find, so we can try to figure out where this library is. But you know,
What kind of information do you have about this creature?
I don't know anything about it.
We don't know much. It's a cloaky, shadowy creature that casted the fuck's it called again? Soul Shackle on us, and we don't know what Soul Shackle means, but you know, we know it only happened. It's not around, and we're thinking it's only a sleep monster. So we're gonna lure it out and see what happens when Ray goes back to sleep, and see if it's happening every time or is it just the one time. You know, try to get some info.
Okay, that's interesting.
okay. So, are you guys wanting to do this here, or are you guys wanting to go somewhere on the quieter end? Because the Church of Gwyn stuff is about to start as well, and that will make it more difficult to fall asleep.
Wherever you can fall asleep, man.
Probably somewhere quieter. Where's like nearest place we can like just take a nap that's not outside?
I think I might have something. Let me look something up real quick.
I can just knock you out if you need it.
You know, it's very sweet of you to offer another view.
Sleep to put on him. Just sleep.
Darren's Instant Fortress.
Oh.
Yeah, I have this little square box that can turn into a 20 by 20 feet, 30-foot high tower that has a secret door that only opens at my verbal command. It's immune to knock spells and anything that would like destroy it magically.
Right, Darren.
Anyone in the space when the fortress appears must make it a dexterity DC 15 saving throw or take 10d10 bludgeoning damage. I'm going to make sure none of my friends are in that space.
So I'm assuming we have to go outside because you can't do it in a room where you're gonna blow the roof.
Yeah, for sure. We
Yeah.
should either do it like we should do it on the roof of the building we're on now. It looks big enough, to be honest. This little roofy area looks like it has a 20 by 20 foot. Yeah, it's got a 20 by 20 foot space. We could do it here, or we could go outside the temple.
I feel like that we should go outside the temple because my worry is the noise.
Attacked us in the temple. So does that? You think it makes a difference on where we are?
I mean,
Well,
probably not.
The other two were attacked outside the temple.
Oh, good point. Good point. Okay. So let's go back by the lake. Let's go behind here where the lake is.
You guys can technically like go off into the woods. Like you guys could literally
All right. So
go way far out here, just like way off in BFE.
Oh, you know what? I'm so curious. Can I go get like a Spoon or Nathaniel and see if I put them close to one of our cuts, they grow?
ooh.
You can try it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming the Spoon is closer.
Like Chaos Realm stuff.
Technically, either of them. I mean, Nathaniel probably sleeps pretty close to you at this point now that he's an awakened creature, and then the Spoon is also in this building, so you can walk in there and grab it.
I don't think the Spoon was Chaos. Was it?
Yeah, it got big.
Yeah, the Spoon was part of the Chaos realm.
That's right.
Stuff.
The Spoon was. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I guess I'll go for Nathaniel. It's probably both close, but just because dogs are eating sense.
As you reach over and like place either of them near it, they do not seem to grow.
Okay. All right, let's get out of here.
All right. So you guys take off, headed towards the woods.
Do it on the roof.
You guys go down the stairs and around and all that jazz and out the gate, and kind of just fuck off into nowhere. Find yourselves a nice.
Are we going to the woods, or are you doing it on the roof?
We decided to go out to the woods so there's less sound.
Oh, woods.
Because I don't know if the
Gotcha.
fortress
Okay.
is soundproof, but it's at least secure.
Gotcha.
You guys.
Well, do we want secure? Because we want this thing to attack.
It doesn't say anything about keeping. I mean, that's a good point.
Because depending on how this thing enters, if it just enters through dreams, it could just penetrate through your fortress and not make a big deal. But if it needs to come through and then enter his body, possess it or something, then it's not coming, and we're just gonna do that for nothing.
It doesn't work in a physical way that would disturb any physical protection against supernatural threats. So it doesn't move in a physical way.
Okay. There's
Also, I'm curious if it would show up when everybody is watching the sleeping person.
actually, maybe I shouldn't be the one sleeping.
No, backing out.
Well, if it's somewhere else, I could maybe try if we notice something happening to someone to go to the plane it's on with plane shift. It would be very guessing.
Okay.
But my first thought is
I could do it.
I want to go to sleep, and I'll cast resistance on you, so you can try to save yourself while in there while attacking it. Okay. Got our sleeper.
Who's sleeping?
I think
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yep. Okay.
Are we doing the castle thing, the hut, or are we doing the?
I think we should
Staying in
only do the fortress if we're worried about anything other than the cloaked
I don't
man.
think.
If we're not worried about
nothing else happened.
anything other than the cloaked man, I don't think we need the fortress.
Yeah. I don't think the fortress would Yeah, I think the fortress, just in case it does keep it out. You know.
I am gonna cast protection from good and evil, or evil and good, whatever, on Mavi.
Did that still allow it to enter?
Oh, you're damn right. We wanted to enter.
We wanted to attack
Yeah,
her.
it's kind of counterproductive.
Wanted to attack her so we can capture it. Because we don't know if it's gonna come through dream world or it's gonna come through real world into her dream. Because the one person,
Their
someone I
dream.
forgot who, got moved, like the whole other place.
That's
So
kinda-
like, did it come and just?
All of us got kicked out of our beds.
Oh yeah, we all got kicked out. So it's
Not
kinda
everybody. Not everybody.
Not everybody. I didn't.
Powder didn't, and Ray didn't.
Gotcha.
Did it
Okay.
sleepwalking or like teleporting? Do you know?
None of
Was there-
us know.
Okay.
Okay. Are we ready to attempt this?
Yep.
Okay.
I now that you mentioned teleporting, if it's something that sucks Mavi into another dimension, maybe if someone could hold on to them.
I have to be touching her, so I'm gonna literally be. I have to for resistance. It's touch. So I have to
Alright.
next for however long she's sleeping. I have to be
Them.
touching her the whole time.
Them.
Sorry, I have to be touching them the whole time.
Yes. All right.
All right, Mavi, go the fuck to sleep.
I might.
Mavi's going
I
to
might.
sleep.
Go
I
take a
might
nap
hold
now.
on to their hands too.
Does anyone else have anything else to help out, or is it just resistance that we're doing?
Let me look at my
I
spells
just-
real quick.
I just want to go with them if they get teleported away. So I'm going to hold on to them.
I'll give Mavi a bardic inspiration. You have a D10.
Okay. Sleep well, bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can help unless we see something
Okay,
attack
so just
them.
the bardic. So just the bardic and whatever.
Yeah,
the
I definitely have some
Uh,
reactions if we see something happen, but I don't have anything to help right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Bolin has any.
I like playing a smart character. I don't have to be dumb and like, what's going on?
I hit it with my spoon.
Yeah.
But that's a friend, Keljar. I hit it with my spoon.
With my spoon.
Lucky you get the spoon. That was gourd.
Okay, so Mavi takes a little bit to fall asleep, but eventually makes their way to the dream realm. Not actually a realm, just the state of sleeping. Mavi, can you describe another dream / night terror?
Yeah. For the Mavi's eyes are their mother and their father, and there's like this blurred figure that they can't make out. And their parents are being brutally murdered in front of them.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot. That's heavy.
They're frozen, trying to speak, but no words come out of their mouth, and they're just watching in horror as their parents are just desiccated, pretty much. Desiccated.
All right. So as you are watching this unfold in front of you, as you have many times before, are you focusing on that, or are you trying to focus on other things?
Mavi's trying to focus on other things.
Okay. Make a perception, or either perception or investigation, whichever one is higher.
Okay. Let's do this.
Remember, you do have one bardic whenever you need it, and you got Again, right now this wouldn't help, but resistance will give you a D4 on saving throws when you
19.
need it.
Okay. So you essentially turn your back on this because you've seen it 1,000 times, and you suddenly feel very in control of your dream for the moment. And you are looking around as all of these other things are going on essentially behind you. And you what specifically are you looking for? Are you looking for the shadowed figure? Are you looking for give me an insight to, I guess, what Candy wants to find from Avi's perspective, if that makes sense.
I want to see if I can find anything relating to the shadow, the hooded figure, or if there's anything else that shouldn't be in the dream with me. That seems out of place.
Gotcha. You start looking around, and right off the bat, you don't see the shadowed figure. Like, it's not apparent to you in this moment, if it's in the dream at all. Something, you're looking around in this room for things that you know are out of place, and I will say, having watched this dream unfold many times, even though you're not fully aware of all of the memories, you know this room fairly well. And there is something that catches your eye. You see a wooden bowl, no bigger than, like, if you cup your hands together, it would just come over like the cusp of your hands. Like, it's a pretty normal sized bowl, all things considered, but it's a wooden bowl, and it has a little pestle in it, and inside of it is a dried leaf that looks like a decrepit hand, and a dried blood red slice of a chaos fruit. You wouldn't immediately know what a chaos fruit was when it was dried, so to you it would look like a blood orange, like a dark red orange. But they are both dried and sitting in this little wooden bowl ready to be, like, it looks like it should be getting crushed up. And then as you go to move towards that bowl, the shadowed figure reaches out from behind you and grabs your shoulder. Because you got high enough on your investigation and were looking for signs of the shadowed figure, I will give you an opportunity to do one more thing. What would you like to try and do in this?
Okay, hold on. Let me.
While they're doing that, we don't see anything going on like in the outside world from their body or anything like that. Just sleeping.
Not at this current moment. You guys do not see anything happening.
Okay.
All right. So sorry, I'm reading through to see if there's a specific. Increasing traits. Which one do I want to do? I want to cast a spell magic. Can I try and cast a spell magic on the shadow figure?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. So it's choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, and make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. And on a successful check, the spell ends.
Okay. So, what is the dispel magic bit again? I forget. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
What am I rolling?
So for dispel magic, it is so for dispel magic, anything higher than a 3rd level spell, you have to roll for.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what you have to get on the die just yet, because then people can figure out what level it is from that. But I'll tell you if you got the roll or not.
Okay.
How
What
dare
am
you
I
stop
adding
us, woman?
onto? Let's see.
Would that be my modifier, my spell attack?
It says make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So whatever your spellcasting modifier is, add that to your roll.
Okay. And then can I add the inspiration to this one as well?
Yeah.
The bardic inspiration, does that go for?
Yes.
Yeah, it could be for anything.
Not all of them. Hold on. What is? I need to know specifically what your bardic inspirations work on.
Hold on one second.
Because I know there's certain types of bards that allow for certain things.
Okay, here we go. Features, traits. I don't know that my bardic inspiration is specifically special. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. You can inspire, blah, 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 blah. Once within, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to 1 ability check, attack roll, saving throw it makes. Blah, 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 blah. You can reach it 5 times. You can also add it to spell damage or spell healing. I guess that's my weird thing. I think everybody can, that's just an optional rule. But yeah, so ability check, saving throw, attack roll.
Okay, so I don't know if this is considered an attack roll.
But it's an ability.
I think it is considered an ability. Hold on. Let me find the fucking thing. Where'd it go? Yeah, an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So it is
so
considered
I can
that.
add it on.
You can add that to it.
Okay, awesome. And that's a D10 you said?
Yeah.
shoddy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's roll this. So that's going to be a dirty 20.
So you hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Okay. So you watch the shadow monster figure thing get pushed back as you cast this spell. But it is only pushed back. It's not that it wouldn't have worked on a normal spell. It's that this spell has been modified. And I will give that information to you as somebody who's like cast magic several times. This feels like a spell that has been modified beyond the point where it should have been. On a normal spell of this type, it would have worked. So what you feel like you are dealing with is somebody who is, one, very powerful and knows how to alter magic. Two, somebody who is messing with magic that they don't understand and are changing things that they should not be changing. Or three, someone who just does not give a fuck.
Awesome.
Maybe a little bit of
Okay.
all three. Who knows? Me, I know. But it is pushed back as you cast this spell, and it can feel the push against it, but then it moves towards you again, at this pace that feels inhuman, and it grabs you again and begins to pull at you. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Don't forget you have the D4.
I have a D4. Oh, resistance.
Yeah,
right?
resistance.
Okay. Let's go ahead and add. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. D4. 16.
Okay, so you feel another part of yourself pulled away from you. So go ahead and mark another level down off of your character. And everyone else watches as almost instantaneously a second cut appears on her arm above the first one.
Okay. Shit. Where do I try?
And
Can I just
hold on?
Oh.
And she is.
They.
Sorry. Yes, they are lifted into the air briefly, like someone is throwing like a really heavy sack of like potatoes, just like, just very quickly, just like thrown into the air and drops right back down on the ground.
Can I catch them before they land?
It's not like a lot.
I thrown with them because I'm holding them.
Yeah, same. I'm holding them.
I'm like literally casting on them, and I'm like, ah.
I'm not holding. My hand's just on.
I mean, if you're holding onto them, you're pulled a little bit with them. But if
they're not violently thrown across the room. They're
yeah,
just
it's
up and
not. Yeah, it's like. It's like they were. I'm trying to think of the best way to envision it. If you've ever like carried something like a really heavy trash bag, and you like kind of like have to like heave it and chuck it a little bit to get it like further or whatever, that kind of like pull and throw kind of thing where it's just like go. It's not enough to like fully like chuck them like way off into the forest or anything like that. It would have been enough to throw them out of the bed, essentially. But they were on the ground, so it was already just a little heave. But at that point, nothing else happens on Mavi's end except for like you're still in your dream state. The shadowed figure disappears again. Are you guys going to wake her?
I would wake them up.
We'll wake them up.
Yeah, I'd wake them up.
Yeah, the second
Yeah,
that
for
happened, I'd be
sure.
like,
Gotcha.
up.
For sure, for sure.
Can I try fighting it?
It dissipates after it pulls
No,
that part.
sorry. Can I? Is the bowl and the chaos fruit still there?
Yes. But now you're fighting. You're racing against the clock at this point because everybody else just said that they were going to try and wake you up.
Yes.
What would you like to do as far as the bowl and the thing go?
I want to crush it up as fast as I can, since that's what it seemed
Okay.
to be there for.
Roll a athletics check.
Oh, hell yeah. Come on, please be something good. Please work with me, dice.
They
Oh,
said
goddamn, it's a
no.
13.
A 13.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Also, how long is all this taking from when they went to sleep to when they were levitated?
Okay, hold on, real quick. You're able to get to the bowl, and you grab the little like wooden like the little wooden pestle. I know. And as soon as you start to crush these things up, you are woke up. But as you wake up, give me just a second. I need to ask.
These are the times where a cleric would be like so helpful.
Fair.
Okay, so
No,
you wake up from this dream being shook awake violently by your peers, colleagues, friends, adventuring group. And as you like turn over, you realize that you have the bowl in your hand.
Is the fruit still
we
in
see
there?
this bowl,
The bowl is by itself.
manifest out of.
So when in my mind when they were pushed by the whatever it was, it like flipped to them. So when you guys began to shake them awake, they turned back over.
And they have
So
a bowl.
and they have a bowl in their hand.
And then what's the time frame for everything?
Probably from the time they fell asleep to the time they woke up, like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, not bad.
But for like all in all, you guys have probably been out in the woods for about an hour or so, just because it's daylight, even though it's early morning. It's daylight out. It's a little hard to fall asleep in the middle of the day, especially when you woke up like just a couple hours ago. It's not always the easiest to fall back asleep. But yeah, Mavi, you wake up with a bowl in your hand. That none of the people that are currently here would recognize. And that is where we will end today's session.
Oof.
what we're doing.
Take it one for the team, Mavi. Good. Thank you. 2 points down.
I'll tell you guys now, there is someone who would recognize this bowl. But they're just not here right now.
It's Gwen or Keljar, isn't it?
It is Gwen and Keljar.
No one else.
I mean, the people who used to play their characters are here.
Telling you, Orc Daddy has all the answers. We just
Orc
have to
Daddy?
one more time. That like bard shopkeep guy who we just fucking terrorized for like a week.
We're not even in the same country as him anymore.
You're
I
not.
gotta go back to Orc Daddy. I gotta find him.
You guys are gonna
We
go
have
all the
to
way
go
back
today.
over there?
We would have to
all
go
the way
back to
to
Krat.
It would take me like 12 seconds.
You can teleport now?
Well, I've always had plane shift. Well, not always. I stole like.
Oh, well, you'd have to like play shift to one to play shift to the other and hope that time doesn't mess up on you.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, you in 12 seconds or 12 years, depending on what planes you transfer through.
It's fine. We'll just go the reverse direction because that's how that works.
Oh, okay.
I can only do it 3 times, so I don't even think it's like to get back to y'all is another problem.
Yeah, just to go one direction, you would use 2, and then you get stuck somewhere.
Yes.
Well, I will say, Incus is technically working on a teleportation circle, which once the runes are learned for other teleportation circles, you can use those as free teleportation, but that just means you have to go to those places and study those runes and be able to activate it. But that also means, like, once the teleportation circle is done at the keep, you guys will be able to teleport back to the keep as a free action kind of thing, as long as you're at another teleportation circle, because you guys will know that set of runes.
There are so many bard spells that would be helpful for like a dream monster, and I don't have any of them.
What do you guys think is happening?
I don't know, but it feels very Freddy Krueger / the latest season of Stranger Things.
Exactly. I was like, Freddy Krueger. Yeah. Oh my God, we do it. he just ripped off Stranger Things. It's Vecna from Stranger Things,
which is also Dungeons and Dragons. They ripped it off first.
This is also Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably not.
The
Here we go.
Demigorgon.
You've gone full circle.
Just going
It's
into the Matrix.
like a monkey monster in D&D, actually. Like, not
What
even
happened?
like. Isn't a Demogorgon like a monkey monster? Monkey demon?
Yeah, they look monkey-ish. They definitely changed them in a lot.
Yeah, they used to be really weird looking. Now they're
Yeah, they're two-headed monkeys.
yeah.
Two-headed baboons. They made them in Stranger Things flower monsters, which looked 10 times cooler than a two-headed monkey.
I will say the Demogorgons from Stranger Things are way scarier.
Oh yeah, that I mean I had a yeah 100%. I think they did a better job upgrading that.
I wonder if this thing is like really.
What?
The Demogorgon. I wonder if it's like a large thing. I've never like played with the monster.
I've never had anyone play with that.
I don't know. I haven't used the Demogorgon myself. Who knows? We might get around to it eventually. But
Oh no, we're
Eric,
giving him
Demogorgons,
ideas.
mind flares.
I would love to get a mind flare encounter going because I think they're an interesting
Yeah, because the mind hive aspect of it.
yeah.
But if
And
you do like
played the Baldur's Gate stuff, and then also like the first like little Underdark arc of Critical Role.
Oh yeah, the Critical Role in part 1 when they were there.
All of that stuff was like really interesting, and I loved the Underdark stuff in the D&D movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
Underdark's really interesting.
I would love to do an
has a
Underdark
lot of
thing.
fun
I
stuff.
think that will be a thing that you guys get into eventually, but that is not like not immediately where my head is going with this. But
I'm very interested what this dream monster is.
I already
Is this like
okay.
I mean, not that I'm not gonna look it up or anything, but is this like a concoction you made?
oh,
or
it is
like
full homebrew, baby.
It feels
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we out here. I'm making spells.
Hey, if you need something, if you're like, I have a cool idea, and there's no spell already, guess what? I guess I'm making a spell up.
Pretty much.
I've done that.
That's where I was at with it, because I was like, well, I can give you guys a little insight now that it's already kind of started. I wanted to start streaming with a challenge of something taking away your levels. And I will be honest. Originally, I was going to have that natural 1 take away 2 of your levels.
Got a natural 1.
We cannot have a natural
Ginger did.
Ginger. We cannot have a level 2 party.
But
Remember, they will just
she's level
die.
4.
I like progressing with my characters, okay?
You're level. Wait, we're all level like 11 and 12, and you're level 4.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. I was like, "What?"
What?
When I heard his proficiency bonus, I was like, "What do you mean this?"
Oh my god!
Raise the level.
Actually, they're level 3 now.
Thank you.
Damn, called out. You're right. Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
good luck when we verse crazy things that hit you, one-shot you. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Not that their character can wild shape anymore, anyways.
Damn.
That makes so much more sense than when you were saying that. I was like,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna get off the call now, but I'll still be listening on Twitch.
all good.
Bye.
Bye. But we were. I was looking for something, and I knew like monster wise, there would not be anything that just took levels away. So I was like, how do I go about this in game? That doesn't feel like metagamey. So that's why I chose to make a spell. And that's also why, like, there have been adjustments made to said spell. But that is as much as I'm giving you guys out of character right now. As far as that goes. But is there anything else that you guys want to touch base on before we wrap up stream and thank people watching and whatnot? Going once. Going twice.
I zoned out.
Do I need to reiterate the question?
I don't think so. I think this was a fantastic time.
Okay. Sold to the man in the large blue hat.
Oh, that's good.
Alright. Then for any non-player viewers watching, I appreciate you stopping by, dropping the follows and the chats in chat. Appreciate all the people who stopped by and have taken their time out of their night to say hi to us. But yeah, we have been Not By the Handbook, and see you guys next Saturday for the next session of Druid's Campaign, Band of Merry Men. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel on the 27th. If you missed the first episode of Band of Merry Men, that will be posted on the 27th, the day before we stream. If you need to catch up on that. But yeah, I think that is all of the things that need to be said. So we will see you guys.
Maybe we should say thank you to the one viewer who asked a question.
Oh yes, that one viewer, that special viewer.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Was Darsh there for that?
The one special, the one wilting druid 295 that asked what everyone's character's favorite foods are.
It was
No
a very important
association.
question.
It was.
We appreciate very much.
It's a very common name. It's a very common username.
It's so common.
It's the most common in these
I've
online
met
places.
maybe 1 million people with that username, or at least
I've met
295
one.
people.
I feel like I can count this one person and almost like 5 people. So for that reason, I'm gonna say multiple people.
Dang, called out. All right. Goodbye, everybody.